Hello, my name is Isabel Wilson, and I'm a part of the Program on the Environment at the University of Washington. Today, I will be discussing my project titled Missing Perspectives: The Inaccessibility of Environmental Community Science. To begin, I would like to define what community science is. So, community science can be defined as the utilization of community volunteers to complete scientific research and projects, visualized in figure number 1. Historically, environmental spaces are not as diverse as the communities that they are serving, particularly excluding college age individuals. Stillwater's Environmental Center is an organization located in Kingston, Washington, that utilizes community science to execute scientific research and projects in the Carpenter Creek watershed. For my project, I focus on the research question: what are the best practices for engaging college students in environmental community science projects? To research this, I first began by interning with Stillwater's Environmental Center in Kingston, Washington, from January 2021 to March 2021. During this internship, I learned how community science projects run by collaborating with volunteers and analyzing data they collected over the years. And during these discussions, we were able to interpret results together. I also developed and administered a survey to UW college students about their participation in environmental community science projects. From this survey, I gained the following results. A specific survey respondent who was discussing barriers said, "I feel like I just don't really hear about many of these opportunities." This quote was important because many of the survey respondents expressed the same feelings about being unsure about how to begin to participate in these events because they don't hear about them. Following this, about 73% of the survey respondents had never participated in an environmental community science project before. Another question in my survey asked the students to rank the 5 provided barriers in order of the least significant barrier to the most significant barrier. And from that question, I found that time available to participate was the most significant barrier, and the term citizen science was the least significant barrier to the students who respond to my survey. In terms of best practices, I found that first, organizations should provide necessary gear and tools for volunteers who may not have them available and who this may be a barrier for their participation. Also, organizations should provide information about transportation to events and opportunities for volunteers to carpool. This can be done in the form of providing information about bus schedules or information about drop off to provide to Ubers or Lyfts. Another practice should be increasing outreach on college campuses and within classrooms. This can be done via Facebook posts, emails, or information sessions. The last best practice I specified in my research is to provide opportunities to involve students in classes. This can be done in ways such as service learning, internships, or research. So for the significance of my research, I found that expanding the range of participants results in broadened ideas and life experiences that contribute to greater problem solving and expedite project completion. These best practices can provide opportunities for college students to work collaboratively, practice communicating ideas, gain environmental education and literacy. And lastly, for future research, I believe that it is needed to explore best practices for engaging people of color college students, engaging communities beyond college students, and creating space for Native peoples and their knowledge. I'd like to thank my site supervisor, Melissa Fleming, faculty advisor, Stanley Asaw, Capstone cohort, family, and friends for the support and help as I complete this project. Thank you for listening.